Hi, I'm Charles with Anycap. Previously, a hero named Zero saved the world, but disappeared to live a normal life as a guy named Lin. Years later, he would be forced into taking a registration exam to become a hero, where he would impress everyone. After saving a city from destruction though, he would be told that the leader of the hero organization is actually involved in a horrific human experimentation. The story continues as Lin is scolded by his sister because she thinks he is now involved in human trafficking. Lin explains that they actually rescued the young girl, but she has no family and nowhere to go. His sister can't resist the cuteness of the child and tells her that she will protect her from them. Lin is offended, claiming that they took good care of her, and points out that they fed her well. She points out that spicy bacon isn't very nutritious though, just as Lin senses something very dangerous nearby. He instructs his sister to buy the girl some clothes and state that they will stay back to relax for a bit. However, we see that his real purpose is to stop a group of men. We then see a flashback of when Manu told our group that the girl is a very valuable test subject in Ouyang Rui's human experiments. Lin points out how she is a senior member of the association and wonders why she can't do something, but Manu reveals that she isn't even sure if she can protect herself now. Manu entrusts the little girl to the group, but explains that the Hero Association president will stop at nothing to get her back, and will surely send out professional assassins to do so. Back to the present, the assassin group remembers Lin from the hero exams, but Lin has no clue who they are. They explain that they are searching for Manu and have been ordered by the president to bring Lin's group in for questioning. Lin refuses to cooperate though, and the assassins plan to show them the power of D-rank heroes, especially since Shi-san the Jinx isn't there to scare them away this time. However, seconds later we see that the assassins are defeated and Lin is disappointed at how weak they were. Afterwards, they return to Lin's very angry sister that had been waiting for them, and Yanqing almost tells her about the danger they are actually in. Lin stops him and is surprised to hear that his sister named the girl Mumu after buying her a dress. His sister would like Mumu to stay with them, but Lin tries to lie by explaining that the girl is part of an important case. She persists though, and Lin gives in, much to the disappointment of his teammates. Elsewhere, President Ouyang Rui is overcome with anger when he learns that the assassins couldn't even beat 3 E-rank heroes. However, a man sitting nearby tells him not to be too concerned since he has arranged something, and all they have to do is wait for the good news as his men surely will not fail. That night, an assassin enters a home and attacks someone. She shocks herself as the head easily pops off and becomes even more terrified by all the faces in the room. Chen then appears to find the girl and she attacks him using what she thinks is the weapon that he used to kill all the people he has hung up on his walls. Nothing bad happens to Chen though, and he explains that they are actually just toothbrushes. The girl becomes even more upset though to have been fooled by his strange display, and vows to kill him using a deadly weapon he keeps nearby. This weapon is actually just a body cleansing plasma gun though, and the girl runs away from the weirdo as she apologizes to her boss. At Lin's home, he just relaxes as we see another assassin outside, and Lin appears instantly to confront him. Lin calls him a weirdo for looking into his home, and the assassin explains that Lin should be more fearful since he is not the same as the trash he fought earlier. He reveals that he is the top killer at the association with A-rank strength, but Lin stops his speech with one attack. Lin warns that he should just run away, but the intruder has other plans as he injects himself with a drug that is still in the testing phase. The man grows in size and reveals that he now has the power of an S rank. Even with extraordinary speed and strength, the man quickly loses his arm to an attack by Lin. Lin mocks him for using drugs that don't do much, which infuriates the guy, but Lin just continues to manhandle him. The man is shocked at how Lin defeated him even though he is an S rank, and Lin sends a message to Ouyang Rui warning him to leave the girl alone. The man points out how Lin won't be able to kill him as he will simply continue healing, and says that he will keep going after Lin's sister and the girl. Lin was going to let the man live but becomes infuriated and explains that he has gone too far. The man now realizes the danger he is in and explains that the Hero Association strictly forbids heroes from killing each other. Lin states that he isn't a hero though, just as the man begins to notice his similarity to Zero. Lin then releases his anger with a devastating attack that makes the man disappear along with half the hill they were on. Afterwards, he returns home and pretends to have just been watching TV when seen by his sister. She leaves and he thinks about the last thing Manu told the group. Ouyang Rui and the evil evolution company he is working with will meet in 3 days, and it's the perfect opportunity for them to defeat him. It will be the biggest battle to ever happen in the city, and Lin agreed to help her. Lin then thinks back to his journey up to this point and how he said he didn't want to be a hero. He remembers how Yatan explained that many people only become heroes for the fame, and there are only very few people that are not afraid to make sacrifices. The story then fast forwards to the day of President Ouyang Rui's meeting, and Mano prepares the group for battle. She explains that they need as much help as they can get and introduces them to the ice witch named Chao. They will have assistance from other groups as well, and she states their plan to get a sample of the Madness Potion. Manu states the importance of their mission, as failure means the potion will spread, and the consequences could be disastrous. Chao mocks the group for how useless they seem, and Lin counters by pointing out how short she is. Yang King tries to calm things down by stating that Chao is still a child, but only ends up paying the price. Manu calms them down though when she explains how Lin was able to fend off the president's assassins. Chao then asks about the usefulness of the four-eyed frog, and he explains that he is more motivated than anyone since his close friends are being hunted. She is completely disinterested though and tells everyone to just not get in her way. Yang King then states how he is determined to show his true strength, and Manu determines that they are ready for the mission. That night, the group stakes out the meeting as the muscle group helping them admires Lin's physique. Just then, the helicopter carrying the man named Gran arrives to begin the meeting, and the Muscle League springs into action, without waiting for Manu's signal. Chao joins in soon after, and Chen can't help but get carried away as well. The advantage of a sneak attack is gone as they fight head on, and Gran manages to get away. Chao is there to intercept him, but gets shot out of the sky soon after, and Yang King goes to help her. Mano is shocked to see that the president was able to buy the help of the very dangerous Li Zhe, and explains that he has the ability to change the direction of his bullets. The president then points out how Li Zhe had once been the #1 hero in a different city. This changes everything, so Mano instructs Lin to go after Gran as she holds back the president. Lin finds Gran and he expresses his relief to meet the person who killed the assassin he sent named Esha. Lin once again has no clue who that is, but must focus as he is attacked by the female assassin. Lin defends himself easily, so the assassin must warn that Gran stay back, just as Chen arrives to make it an even fight. Gran instructs the assassin to go after the weaker of the two, and the two fight evenly. Lin is confident as usual and initiates the fight with Gran. In the forest, Chen once again shows his surprising usefulness as he anticipates the assassin's attack and stops her in her tracks. Deeper in the forest, Yang King finds Chao and explains that he got there so fast because he threw several glasses in the forest earlier and used them to teleport. She must save him though when the marksman Li Zhe shoots from a long distance away. Yang King wonders if he is just a burden, but rescues Chao soon after and analyzes the bullet's trajectory to pinpoint Li Zhe's position. An attack from Chao forces him to run away, and she praises Yang King for his intellect. Elsewhere, the president is insulted that Mano thinks that she can fight him evenly, but she does well to prove that she can when she lands an attack. The president admits that she left a few scratches on him, but explains that she won't be able to force him to use his true strength. She attempts to do so with close combat, but only manages to get knocked down. Back in the forest, Li Zhe appears again and traps Chao in a force field. He attacks Yang King and explains that bait is the most important part of hunting. Chao is shocked as the force field he uses is only allowed to be used by the government, and Li Zhe explains that the president gave it to him. His version was created to torment heroes though, and he prepares to fire a lethal shot at her. We then get a glimpse of the fight between the female assassin and Chen, just as she lands a devastating attack. Outside the forest, the president wonders if Manu regrets trying to fight him, but she states that real heroes never regret fighting for what they believe in, and even if she fails, someone else will stand against him. He mocks her for thinking her friends could do anything, and she makes one more attempt at defeating him. She fails though, and the president restrains her to explain that there are no heroes left. Nearby, Gran decides to boost his strength using the potion and vows to kill Lin, but Lin just mocks him for being so dependent on the potion. The two fight for a moment, but soon Lin decides that it's time to get serious, and ends the fight with a powerful punch. Lin wants to make sure Gran knows how little he thinks of him, and expresses his disgust verbally. In the forest, Chen asks the female assassin to give up since it's clear that she has been forced to fight for evil. He offers to give her a new world, but she thinks he is just begging for his life as she will surely kill him. He explains that death is all that awaits her on the path of evil, and pleads with her to become a hero instead. It becomes clear that Chen is wounded from her previous attack, as he continues to plead with her, and she finally accepts his offer. At the other fight, Yang King takes an absolute beating from Li Zhe, and Li Zhe threatens Chao when she begs for the four-eyed frog's life. Yang King warns Li Zhe to not touch Chao, but only gets tossed aside. Li Ze then declines Chao's offer to pay him more than the president, just as he is hit in the face with glasses. Yang King uses them to teleport and land an attack, but Li Ze is hardly affected, absolutely destroying Yang King afterwards. Li Ze plans to finish Chao next, but Yang King attempts to detonate a bomb from earlier. Chao begs that he run instead, but it's too late as Li Ze finishes him off. Chao then uses the rage she feels to bring forth power she has never felt, and unleashes a devastating attack on Li Ze. Chao then cries as she holds the dying Yang King in her arms. Outside the forest, the president consents that Li Ze has been defeated, and Mano determines that it's time for the counter as she unleashes her Ice Lotus attack. The president is insulted by the weak attack, but Mano explains that she was only buying time as she calls for Lin. Lin instantly turns the tides of the battle, and Mano expresses her amazement at Lin's sheer strength. The president is in real bad shape now as his armor is gone and several of his bones are broken, so Mano asks that he simply give up. He doesn't listen though, and instead takes the potion that allows him to transform into a monster. The president is stronger than ever and claims to now have S-rank power. After he attacks, Lin is nowhere to be found, but he returns soon after to protect Manu. The president is shocked by how easy Lin defended it and even more surprised by his attack. He assumes Lin must be an S-rank as well, but persists as he claims that his ancient martial arts footwork is the most invincible in the world. Lin demonstrates his own speed though, and even stops the president's attack with his bare hand. Lin then manhandles the president easily, sending him airborne, only to send him back to the ground with an attack from his weapon. Mano believes that he is surely dead, but Lin explains that he isn't since he controls the intensity of his attacks. The pair are soon joined by Chen and the assassin, who explain their situation. The fight is over as the president is done for and the team celebrates their victory. Their celebration is short-lived however when Chao arrives and begs for help as she carries Yang King's lifeless body. Thanks for watching part 2, 4,000 likes and I'll make a part 3.